I almost lost every single fish in my guppy pond. So about 2 weeks ago, I set up this mini guppy pond. I started it off with a bunch of beneficial bacteria from my main koi pond. I thought I jump-started the cycle pretty well, so I went out and got fish the next day. Looking back, I probably got too many fish right away. I probably could have started off with less, but everything was fine for at least the first week. I added a bunch of live plants, and I also had the floating plants on top that absolutely took over. And like I said, for the first week, everything was fine. The fish were happy and eating. All the plants were doing well. I thought the cycle was fine. But then as the live plants started taking over, I started seeing the fish less and less. Also, I left the light on all day, every day, not thinking about the algae growth that would start. Time went on, as I would feed, I saw less and less of the guppies. And at that point, the plants had literally covered the whole top pretty much, so I couldn't see in there all the time. I moved some of the plants around so I could actually look in there, and I found one dead fish, and a couple of the other ones were not looking so good, so I did an immediate water change. I also removed a bunch of the algae that had started growing, and of course got the dead fish out of there. The next day, 2 of the fish were still laying at the bottom and they weren't doing too well. The ammonia wasn't too high, but I decided I'm going to put them in a hospital tank for now just to be safe. So I had to rush and set up this 10-gallon tank for them. Unfortunately, I didn't have any room to set it up inside, but I live in Arizona and with the heater in the tank, it's going to be fine. So I may have done a few things wrong, but I still couldn't figure out why these fish were dying. One theory I had is maybe that the flower pot that the pond is made of had some sort of chemicals on it, but I'm honestly not sure because I feel like if that were true, they would have died a lot faster. So I set up this little hospital tank. I put a bunch of the plants from their pond. I also put 2 rocks from my koi pond and the filter and heater from the guppy pond, so there should be plenty of beneficial bacteria in here. But since it is a hospital tank, I'm going to be doing daily water changes, about 20%. As you can see, that yellow one went straight to the bottom. She's in the worst shape so far. I got the tank all set up, and then I turned off the lights for the night and just let them sleep, de-stress, and hopefully heal. Since there was no filter in the guppy pond, I put an air stone and a couple mosquito fish. Mosquito fish are really hardy, and I want to see if they can live in here while I have the guppies in the hospital tank. If they survive, it'll disprove the chemical theory and it'll keep the cycle going. The next day, unfortunately, the yellow one died, but the endlers and the other guppies seemed to be doing okay. Then I noticed both the endlers were attacking the guppy nonstop. I had to make a little temporary timeout for them. The guppy does not need extra stress while it's trying to heal, and the endlers honestly seem totally fine. This little red guppy was definitely stressed, but I think he's doing better now. Next morning, I came out, and this endler had jumped out of the thing back into the tank. So I let him stay in there for a while, and him and the red one were doing okay, and I felt bad for the other one, so I let them both out again, but they were still bullying the red one, so I had to put them back. I'm keeping up on my daily water changes. I'm not feeding at all, and I'm just monitoring them. So far so good, no more death, and now that they're all separated, they're all acting pretty normal. I'm gonna keep them in here until they're happy and healthy and thriving again. Make sure to subscribe if you guys want to keep up with this story, and hopefully all the guppies survive and I can get more and stick them back in the pond and get it thriving again.